This is Amir Karimi from Karimi Stone Company, the CEO of Karimi Stone Company. And thanks for joining us again. This week we will talk about how we can make the natural stone competitive again. And we will start to discuss about the advantages of natural stone and is there still natural stone a competitive choice for construction companies, for end users, for traders, and for different people that at the moment they are willing to use natural stone as a symbol of nature, as a symbol of luxuriness, even sometimes in their buildings. So today we have a different topic rather than the previous weeks because in the previous weeks we were more technically talking about the stone, but this week we are going to discuss about how competitive is natural stone at the moment and how we can make it great again, like how we can use natural stone as a competitive choice and what are other options that we have for using in the cladding, for using in the surface or in the other places. So let's discuss about it. First of all, if we want to talk about natural stone, we should check that what is the goal and what is the purpose of the end user. Like, is the purpose to be economy when they are going to use, or is the purpose to make it more beautiful, or is the purpose to make it natural? So if we are going to discuss about these items, first of all, we should know about the market. Like for example, in some markets, even using natural stone on the cladding is banned. For instance, if I want to give you an example, in Dubai or in United Arab Emirates, for the tall buildings, like for the towers, it is banned to use natural stone for the cladding. And the reason is that the weather is very humid and they are not going to use it because sometimes the natural stone can have some holes, and in these areas, mostly they are very dusty areas, so on. So they don't use natural stone for the cladding, and mainly they use a natural stone for the surface or for the landscaping. So first of all, we should understand that, for example, in this market, talking about using natural stone in the towers or in the high buildings is like waste of time because in the law it is prohibited to use them. So if then we will say that, for example, in this market, the best choice is to use, for example, glasses or to use fiber bars on the cladding or the other choices that they might have, or even cement, for example, they can use it for cladding. Moving on, in the markets that they can use this stone, natural stone, on any part of the building, if you are going to discuss how competitive is that, we should say that what is the purpose? So in some markets, the purpose is to make the stone as a very luxurious option. And we will say that, for example, in this case, natural stone is competitive rather than other choices that they might have. Because when you use natural stone, in every case and in anybody, it means that you have a luxurious building and you are going to use it as a symbol of luxuriness in your building. So it depends on the budget that your construction company have. It depends on the budget that they want to spend on the cladding, on the surface, on the landscaping, on the walls. Even in the interior, some companies decide to use natural stone in the interior, and some of them no. They are not really willing to use it. So it is so different that what is the application and what is the purpose of the end user of this material. So we will discuss this, for example, in the compared to bricks. For example, the competitors that natural stone have is sometimes bricks, sometimes ceramics, sometimes even cement, sometimes glasses, if you are going to discuss about the cladding and the other choices. So in this case, first of all, we should define that what is the definition of competitive. And it depends on the on the end user of the building or on the construction company, that what is the aim and what is the purpose that they are going to use natural stone. So in this case, we have like this. In the other cases, if we are going to discuss about the production and how we can make it more competitive in the pricing in the production, we are going to discuss about that the new machinery that recently we are having in the stone industry, they are going to decrease the wastage of stone and they will have the high efficiency when they are cutting the stone. So we're gonna say that at the moment, by the new machinery and by the new technology, the wastage of the stone is getting less and less, so the final price can be more competitive in all the countries in the world. For example, if in like 20 years ago, if you are going to buy natural stone, the minimum price or we say the average price of different materials was going to be about 60 to 70 euros in compared to all around the world. If you compare like Italy, Brazil, China, India, Iran, Turkey, Egypt, if we're going to have estimate of the average market price, it was something near to 50 to even 70 euros. But at the moment in the today market, due to the high capacity and due to the very high level of production, now the average market price is differing from 20 to 30 euros. Sometimes the costs are very cheap, like if you're talking about the granite market inside of India or inside of Egypt, the prices are super cheap. It is for example 20 millimeter thickness, it is something about 10 to even $11. But if you go to the European countries and discuss about some luxurious marbles or onyx or something like that, the average market price is about 90 to 100. So as an average, I would like to say that, for example, the cost at the moment is something between 20 to 30 euros. The reason is that as the time goes, by the new machinery, by the new technology, the cost is decreasing and we can get more material from the raw material of the stone, which is the natural blocks that we get them from the quarry and we use them in the factories. So one of the reasons that now natural stone is getting competitive and the pricing is getting better and better, the reason is that by the new system and by the new machinery, the wastage is getting less. Even, for example, in some companies like the Karimia Stone Company, we are using the stone even in the very small sizes. So as an example, we will start to cutting slabs, very big size of slabs. It will have wastages. Then these wastages will go to our tile production line and they will make it to some tile sizes, some small sizes, such as 30 by 60, 40 by 80. It depends on the wastage that we have during the production of slabs. And even at the end, some very small parts of the stone will remain and we will move them to the antique department of our company. So in some companies such as Karimia Stone, for decreasing the final cost and for the decreasing of the cost effective on the material, we will have three different lines in a factory. First line is the slab line, which we get them from these blocks. By the wastages, then we will have a production line of the tiles that we use them as tiles. And at the end, we will have an antique hall and antique production, which we will use the ceramics. We call it like the very small sizes. Here we call it as this. So we will have 2 by 2, we will have 1 by 1, backside on the mesh, which is a very popular and even cost effective tiles that we use them for the flooring of the bathrooms, for the walls of the bathrooms, and for the other types, which now we are supplying with a very competitive prices. The reason is that the main part of this stone, which is the raw material, is getting from the wastages of the stone. So in this case, we can make this natural stone much more competitive by having different lines and by having different productions to use as much as we can from the natural stone and to decrease the cost so that we can make the stone more competitive. So this was the first option that we wanted to discuss. So I would like to also add our commercial manager, Mr. Nuri, and we want to have also his idea that what's going to be an option. Is natural stone still competitive rather than other like materials such as I say bricks, such as cement, such as ceramics, if you are going to discuss. So, Mr. Nuri, we would like also you to have your idea that is still natural stone cost-effective material on the buildings or no, and how competitive is in the today market regarding the natural stone.
Hello? Do you have my sound?
Your voice?
Yes. Do you hear me?
Okay, maybe he has some problems in his connection. We're waiting. Okay. Mr. Nuri, do you have our voice?
You don't have my voice? Yes.
Okay, maybe he got some problems. So I will continue. He will join us in like a minute. Maybe he has some technical problems in joining. So we will now discuss that how competitive is in the today market regarding natural stone, and we will discuss that how we can move forward and how we can use it as luxurious as the sign of luxuriousness in our buildings. So we will discuss first that if you are going to use natural stone, the first thing that most of our clients ask us is that how about the pricing? Like if you are going to discuss that, what is the advantage of using natural stone? Is it an advantage of the cost or is it an advantage for the other items? So we will say that if we are going to discuss about pricing, we should compare two materials such as stone and like the minimum cost of the other items is cement. That some people in some buildings use cement for the walls, for the backside of the stone, or for the cladding. Even it depends that what part of the building you are going to use natural stone. So some clients for the front part of the building, which is the one
Do you have my
that's
sound?
they will use natural stone. But in the backside, for example, they rather to use
Hello?
some cheap material. So this is the first option that we should understand that when and the where is the part that you're going to use this stone. So I think that Mr. Nuri is also joining us. If you have our voice, Mr. Nuri, please tell us that we would like to have also your information regarding the topic. Okay, seems that's
Do you have my sound?
yes, yes, we can hear you. We do not
Yes?
have any video, but we have your sound.
Okay. Sorry for the interruption. I
Okay,
didn't
no
have.
problem. You said that maybe you will have some technical issues, and we hope that it is solved at the moment. But still, we cannot see your face. You don't have your video.
Okay. Do you have my? What about
Yes.
now?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
connected now. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
So my question is that we would like to have your idea that first we discussed that why now natural stone is more competitive in the pricing, and we say that due to the high technology of the machinery at the moment and some techniques that the factories such as Calimere Stone use to use the most from the stones as the slabs to the very small sizes, which is backside on the mesh. We discussed. So now I would like to have your idea that how competitive is natural stone in the compared to other materials when we are going to use on the buildings. Such as if you want to compare natural stone to the bricks or to the ceramics or even to the cement that some buildings use cement, for example, on the walls. We would like to have your idea that what could be the advantage and which one is more competitive.
Yes, of course. You know, as we go forward, as we move forward, new technologies, new materials are added, and new rivals are added for stone. But all of them have some problems that they cannot remove the stone from being the best and the most important and the most useful material in construction. You see, for example, as you said, bricks or artificial stone, they are not, they cannot compete with the stone because they have some problems with sustainability and problems with environment because they, for production of brick or engineered stone, uh, producers need a lot of energy, okay, like gas or fuel. But for stone, it's not like that. So it's much more sustainable and environmentally friendly. And the other reason that I can say that stone is better is that is related to its strength and the fact that it is resistant to many factors, to environmental factors such as climate, frost, heat, and other things. For example, some designers use artificial stone for probably for cladding, but after some time they have to just change the stone that they used in the design of the facade. And if they use the natural stone in the facade cladding, it will live longer, it will last longer because it is more resistant to frost, to heat, and it keeps its color because it's just natural.
And can you give us the idea that what could be the prices? Like, what is the level of natural stone in the range of the pricing?
Yes, if we want to talk about how competitive a stone is comparing to the new or cheaper materials such as brick or ceramic, we cannot say that it's the cheapest material that we can use for
Definitely it's not
building.
the cheapest.
Of
Now,
course not.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say that is it the most expensive or we have like the other options? Because we everybody knows that natural stone, in the nature, it is not a cheap material because it is not
Yes.
artificial and it needs production. It needs lots of equipment for processing. So it is not going to be a cheap material. But if you're
Mhm.
gonna compare it, like for the bricks or for like ceramics or for as other materials. Just I want to know your idea. That's what could be the position in compared to them.
Yes, you know, I want to say that it's more related to the fact that different projects have different budgets, okay, and they have different levels of, you know, how much they are a luxury project, an economy project, it's a public building or a private building, okay. Considering this fact, designers and contractors select different types of materials. And we know that a stone is more expensive, but in some places, in some specific projects, they don't use cheap materials. And it's not only because stone is a luxurious material, because it is stronger, it lives longer, and as I said, they don't have to change it after some time because of cracks or, you know, some stains or other problems that they might have. And the other reason that I can say is that in luxurious projects, they just use natural stone because they want to add value. They want to add value to their projects.
To the
And
building.
we shouldn't only consider the price
Yeah.
because the budgets are different.
It is like investing. You know, when you use natural stone on the surface of your building, it is something like you invest on your building. So after a while, for example, you can sell your building or you can sell the flat by more expensive like costs, and it is like, as I said, it is like something like investing. So for example, we got some buildings in Russia or in other countries that now they are using natural stone for very big projects and for very big buildings. Like we got a project in Moscow by a 13th floor building that they use all the cladding for natural stone. It was so costly. It got so much like CNC jobs. It got so many difficulties. But at the end, they could sell the property much more and much higher than the normal ones. So when a stone company is, when a construction company is using natural stone on the facade, inside of a stone, or in any part, it is like that they are investing on the building. So it is saying that it is not that you waste your money. No, you are investing on your property and on your building. So for conclusion, to make this live conclusion, I would like to say that natural stone is still competitive, and it's like a very good choice to use it, even on the buildings, and even because of the price. That's due to the technology, the cost is getting less and less per day, and also still it is a sign of luxuriness and a sign of nature on the buildings. So even with many and with tons of different materials that now we have for the buildings, still lots of architectures, lots of people that we are in the construction field, they use natural stone as a premium option for their buildings. So yeah, this was all about. If you have also any other idea, I'm here with you.
No, I think that's it. You just mentioned all of the main points.
Yeah, thank you. So thank you so much for your information, and thank you everybody, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Hope it was value for your time. And next week we will come with the other topics, with the other choices. And tomorrow our team will share with you. We will share with you the other items and some more information about natural stone and how competitive is that in our LinkedIn. Thank you for joining us and have a great day.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.